Hello, my name is Rachel Patterson, and I'll be discussing another topic related to leadership and how different communications can affect and impact staffing. This plays into my project that I'm currently working on the unit in regards to the staffing aspect. We are working to look at the ability to have some self-scheduling, and through focal points we have sat down as a group on the unit in the operating room and discussed some options of what self-scheduling looks like and how we're going to manage it. We know that it's a very long-term goal, but in order to initiate some short terms, we wanted to have discussions related to what areas could we start and focus on. And so the staff did decide to do self-sign up with call. And another really important thing to them was visibility of PTO calendars. A lot of the facility that I work at currently uses a program called Shift Select. However, that's a little complicated in the ORs, just because there's different buttons for shifts that are assigned. And so with that and call back and managing all those times, it ends up not being a very efficient, user-friendly system for the team. So they just asked that we did have a more clear way of communicating PTO. The article that I chose today is The Importance of Leadership Skills in Nursing, Building Resilient Teams. I thought that this article was very interesting because it did surveys of a variety of facilities in the United Kingdom healthcare services, looking to identify challenges faced by nursing leadership when trying to develop resilient teams. I thought it was really interesting that through those surveys, it was found that age has nothing to do with how people relate to good leaders. I always thought that more experience obviously comes with those who are older, but that doesn't necessarily mean to a team of nurses that that is the best leader. Some of the skills were emotional intelligence, and so that is very important when having discussions, especially among work-life balance with team members. So I thought that that was really great to hear. As a leader who is still developing skills, I think that it's great to be able to sit down and listen to teams. I have shared with people sometimes, hey, I'm going to not always give you the answer that you like, but I always try to be transparent and tell you why it would or would not work. And so that's kind of refreshing to hear that through other healthcare systems internationally, that this is a shared view. Another thing that the article highlighted was that burnout and retention are most directly related to leadership because of poor communication skills, and many team members get frustrated with those relationships that they have with their leaders. As a leader, it's really important to foster inclusivity and a mutual respect for each other. And I think that this project is doing a really great job of sitting down and looking at, hey, I respect that you have a life outside of work. I want to see what would make you happier on the unit. How can we manage that through schedules? Because that does give a sense of control, being able to say, hey, I'm just going to use the example. I have gymnastics for my daughter every Monday. And so for me to take call on Monday is really challenging. And the team members can say, all right, like, hey, I know I don't have to pick a Monday. I can pick any other day in the week. And it gives that control to schedules that so many of us desire and demand. So I really am looking forward to working with the team further on this group. I wanted to bring up the article just because I thought that it was really interesting and relevant, that a lot of nurses also thought that decision-making was a really crucial part for building resilient teams. And so having those inputs into staffing, I think, will make a big impact as far as positive outcomes of the project. But more to come. A really good article. Looking forward to what the research shows next to tie into the project. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.